I Can Read Music, Rhythm Lesson 13 to 18. In this unit, we have just one more type of rhythm to learn, and then basically it is just a review. So what I do at this point is I go back to the previous lesson and I just go over a few things with my student, and if I feel that the student has mastered it pretty well, then we move on. If not, then I will do some touch-up and explain a few more things based on what I feel that the student needs to understand a bit more clearly. And then we might take a week to review. So I'll take this week's assignment and do it again, or just take particular pages of it and then do it again. Or I might take a little bit of everything that we've learned up to date so far. So let's go ahead and try, let's do maybe lesson 12 together, and then we'll go on to lesson 13. So rhythm 12 has basically 5/4 meter, not super important at this point, but in case you understand the different types of meters, then that's what we have in this page, and we're gonna go ahead and just say the rhythms as we go. I usually try to choose the line that I feel best represents the topic at hand, and then that way I can get a good idea of whether the student has understood it correctly. So I guess a good example might be like line 3 or line 5, because it has a little bit of everything. So let's try line 3. So let's say together here. Blue, blue, pizza, pizza, blue, 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 pizza, blue, blue, pizza, blue, blue. Okay, let's also do line 5. So go from up here. Ready, and blue, blue, pizza, pizza, blue, 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 pizza, pizza, blue, blue. And there are other things that you could do with it if you feel that the student understands it pretty well and you want to make it a little bit more fun. Then we can do like a turbo speed round, and we try to go as fast as we can. Often what I'll do is I'll show them first, so maybe we can go back and try lesson 11 just to get a little sample. So I will do line 2, okay, and I'm gonna go super fast. Okay, here we go. Blue, blue, pizza, blue, blue, pizza, blue, pizza, blue, blue. All right, so I think the tempo was about that fast. And when I show the student what the possibilities are, then they get super inspired and then they try to do it themselves. So it's kind of a fun way to kind of jazz up a little lesson, a session here and there. So we can always sprinkle in a turbo round. And then now we're ready to go ahead and look at lesson 13. So in this one, we are introduced to another new friend. So in this case, it is the whole note. So the whole note has an open note head. So it looks, the head looks like the half note, but it doesn't have a stem. Okay, so I often ask the student if they're really young, do you like bagels better or do you like donuts better? And they usually have a very clear answer. And so, and I'll say, oh, it looks like a bagel. You see, let's see if we can find all the bagels on the page. So then we'll go through and we'll just point to every single one. It's a fun way to kind of, look for things so that the eye gets a chance to kind of spot out certain new things that we're seeing. So that's the whole note. And so I made sure they learn the proper term, and then my silly word, and then also what is its value. So what's the duration? So in this case, the whole note is 4 beats. So we also want to kind of draw an equation. So 4 quarter notes equals 1 whole note, and they do show that up here. It'll show that 4 quarter notes here equals 1 whole note. Also, they showed that 2 half notes also equals 4 quarter notes, and 2 half notes equal a whole note. Okay, so basically 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right, equals 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that's kind of the general concept. And so we want to understand that inside a whole note, we have 4 quarter notes. So we might try saying blue, 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 blue. And then for the same exact duration, we're going to say 4. So the silly word I use for the whole note is 4, and we're going to shake it 4 times. So each shake represents the length of a quarter note, all right? So we're going to go ahead and do line 1 here. Ready, and blue, 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 4, 4. And you may be able to see, I'm not sure about the lighting, that I did write in the 4 underneath this. So I always find the first occurrence of the new rhythm and I write it into their book, into the student's book. So that way, if they ever forget and they're kind of towards the end of the book, they can always turn back, and when they find the first instance of the rhythm, they remember what is the silly word that I used when we were saying the rhythms together. So let's try another one. We'll go ahead and do line 2 together. 2, 2, 4, blue, blue, 2, blue, 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 blue. All right. And lesson 14 is the same thing, just mixed up a bit. So here's lesson 14. And so 13 and 14 cover the whole note. And then after that, we go back to all of our old friends again. So basically 15 through 18, let me just double check, yeah. 15 through 18 have the quarter notes, the eighth notes, the half notes, and the quarter note rests. All right, so this is a really good chance to review. So I usually give my student this assignment all in 1 week most of the time. So 13 going to 18. All right, so we'll do one of these on 15 together just so you can get an idea. Let's try line 4. All right, so here we go. Ready, and pizza, blue, 2, blue, pizza, pizza, blue. And just a reminder, I really encourage my students to speak the words very clearly and very rhythmically. So you see how I say pizza, pizza, pizza. So another good way to just, check if they're understanding the concepts, if they have the rhythms really evenly, is to just clap it. So I usually encourage, if the words are sticking well with the student, then I tell them to say it in their mind, but they clap it. So they're saying the words and they're clapping it with their hands. So we're going to go ahead and do the same line 4 together. This time I'm going to say it in my mind. You can follow along if you could say them in your mind and then clap it. Okay, here we go. Ready, and so what you saw me do is on the rest, I put my hands apart. And on long notes, I keep my hands together. So as long as the hands are in contact with each other, that represents sound. So later on, when we actually play these with our violin or whatever instrument you're playing, we do need to sustain the sounds. It's going to sound like all the way through. So we do have to understand that concept. If we just kind of do that and it doesn't mean anything, then we don't really understand that we're holding out that sound for a long period of time. So that's why I keep my hands together. So let's try that one more time in case this is the first time you've tried it. Let's do, why don't we do line 2 this time? Okay, here we go. Ready, and I just realized I forgot to tell you about the shake. So on the 2 ooh, I go 2 ooh. All right, so every time you shake, you feel the pulse in your body, you show it with your hands. So see how the sound is continuing. 2 ooh, 2 So that's a good way to clap it, all right? Let's try lesson 16. Another good game to play if you're a teacher or if you want to try it out with somebody young is I play the guessing game. So in this instance, I'm going to choose a line and do it for you, and you have to guess which line I did. So usually I'm the guesser, so in the lesson, since I'm the teacher, I say, okay, this time it's a secret, so don't tell anybody which line you're gonna do. Just pick it and don't say it, and then just do it. And so we have to be a team now. You have to do it really precisely so I can know which line you did, and I have to really pay attention so I can guess which rhythm you are showing me, okay? And then so then I guess it, and then it's a lot more fun that way. So that's another thing that I like to do with my students. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna zoom in on this and you can take a look, and let's see if you can guess which line I am clapping. Okay, so I'm gonna say it in my head, and I'm gonna do the clapping as I taught you. So here we go. Okay, ready and. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'll tell you the answer. Okay, ready and. In fact, I'm going to do it one more time. This time I will say it. All right. So same thing. I'm doing the same line every time. Then I'll tell you the answer. I promise. All right. Ready and blue. Pizza, blue, blue. Pizza, 2, blue, pizza. Okay. By now, I'm sure all of you have guessed it. It's line 4. So right here. Okay. I'm going to do it again. Blue. Pizza, blue, blue. Pizza, 2, blue, pizza. And that's it.